Amisha, what's your call on the market rally? It's been a massive rally. Global markets have been positive, but this quite clearly is an India-specific rally taking place right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Today was, and even yesterday was, an India-specific rally, and very clearly a rally which believes in decisive mandate. I wouldn't say whether NDA or otherwise, but very clear and decisive mandate, which is what is being reflected, I would say. Of course, on the background that rupee has been managed pretty well, that is, currency has been managed pretty well, and even the fiscal deficit has been managed pretty well. So a clear run till the mandate is out is what the opportunity seems to be getting utilized at the moment. But as what I was telling even yesterday on some of the channels, above 6,500 kind of levels, I would go cautious, and I would feel that, 6,200, 300 to 6,600 would be the kind of range pre-election. Above those levels, my little discomfort will start. Our belief is that, A, we need extremely decisive mandate for markets to, from there on, give 5 to 6% kind of a return, which is 7,000 and above. And in case of that also, the broad economy will take quite some time, at least 2 to 3 quarters or more, for actually to start reviving. So once we attain a particular levels, I think from there the select mid-caps and select focused companies will start outperforming rather than the broader markets. But at every dip, it's a buying opportunity that we do believe. We believe 6,000 in any case is a strong resistance, very strong support, I'm sorry.
All right, we'll come back to our experts in a bit. First, let's just do a quick recap of the market. A minute and a half left. It's another record day for the market. Cash market volumes of 19,000 crores on the NSE. Keep an eye on the FIR data today. It will be quite, could be quite mind-boggling. But let's just take you through some of the big winners in today's trade. In terms of the biggest participation on the index, it would have been 4 stocks: ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Reliance, and L&T. These 4 stocks really would have contributed the most to the nifty move that we've seen in today's trade. 120 point, about 40-45% would have come on account of these 4 stocks. Apart from that, of course, you had high beta, which was really back in action full time. Second day running, DLF and JP Associates were among the top winners. Both these stocks up about 10% or so. In fact, would you believe it, for the week, Bank of Baroda is up 19%, ICICI Bank is up 15%, and Hindalco is up 18% for the week. These are index stocks, not mid-cap stocks that we're talking about. Completely large cap led move for stocks like ONGC, Reliance. In fact, don't know where to stop, Menaka. Almost everything was in the green except
with the exception of, as we've been saying all through the day, IT and pharma, that's taken a bit of a knock today, and maybe 1 or 2 auto stocks. Anuj, I'm looking at the year-to-date gains just to contrast it with some of the stocks that have done really well this week. The top gainer this year so far is BPCL with a 20% gain. HCL Tech, despite all the knocks that it's taken in the last few weeks, is up 17%. ACC is the 3rd top gainer of the year, 13% higher. GAIL, it's up 12%, 13% almost. And that is the one stock that will coincide with the movements we've seen this week. L&T is up about 12.5%. Then you've got more cement in Ultratech, ONGC. ICICI Bank is the 8th highest stock in a year-to-date count at 10% in terms of gains. So the top stocks of the year so far have nothing to do with banking.
Indeed. And I tell you what, ICICI Bank top 8th gainer, about a month back or so, it would have been among the top losers. So,
so it has made up in a large way, but it's still not amongst the top, sort of 5 or 6 gainers so far.
And you guys don't even track the mid-cap. Financial technology is up 107% for the year. Tata Elxsi up 34%, SRF up 26%, Gujarat Pipavav up 24%, Volta is up about 24%. Have done nothing in the last week perhaps, but they've been big winners over the year.
Have done nothing at all in terms of financial technologies. You know what I mean, right? Fundamentally, except for this whole asset sale, etc., etc. That stock, an incredible run that it's seen so far. I suppose at some level you want to ask the question as to whether these are the pillars that can drive the market further higher, especially in the mid-cap space, not necessarily on the Nifty side. Right?
Yeah, I think in that, Menaka, in the mid-cap space, at least in the non-index space, for the last 2 or 3 days, not talking about year-to-date and not talking about financial tech and MCX in particular, there are lots of issues over there.
But they've been...
But genuine qualities, pedigree, high pedigree stocks have started started to rally. You know, if you take a look at stocks like Yes Bank, for example, Prestige Estates, Emphasis, a lot of non-index large cap stocks, some of these stocks trading at 30 to 40% lower than the previous highs. These stocks have started to do well, and that is one reason a lot of market participants believe that this is still not a froth which is building up.
You know, I know despite all of today's record breaking, I'll just point out two things to you. The advanced decline ratio is still in the favor of declines.
It is.
So we have 673 stocks advancing to 721 stocks
Today could have
declining.
been Friday factor in mid caps. A lot of people might have wanted to book profit. Yesterday
Look, on
was
a
good.
day when you're at like, you know, 6,500 on the Nifty, 20, almost, you know, 22,000 on the Sensex.
Some traders need
Friday
cash to
factor for the
celebrate
mid
on
cap.
Friday.
Yeah, look at it. Yes, mid cap.
Okay, whatever it tells us, it tells us a message. Yeah, it sends a message. I'm not saying no.
The Sensex Nifty up
The
almost
other thing I
2%
wanted to point out was cash market volumes, 19,166. This makes it the second highest traded value in terms of cash markets, I think, in the history of this market.
In history, the highest has been 28th February 2013, 21, almost 22,000. Mr. Tulsian, would you stay? How long would you stay off IT?
See, probably maybe in this, with a fall of about 2% on a stock specific, if you really talk the frontliner one like TCS, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, I don't think that they can really correct 2% more. Because for the simple reason that you don't expect rupee to strengthen much. Maybe beyond 60, then even RBI will not allow that rupee to, get strengthened beyond that. We have already seen 60, sub 61, number one.
One factor the rupee, but other factor also flows. Fresh flows coming in.
No, so I'm coming on that. The second factor is that, ultimately, because when you have seen the stocks, hitting the new highs in other sectors, probably the profit booking and sector rotation has to come. In fact, I have been just going through the pattern of the trading today in the top 5 stock. Yes Bank, 175 lakh shares traded in cash segment, but there is only increase of 7 lakh shares in open interest. In Reliance, 76 lakh shares got traded in cash, only open interest of 3 lakhs. In L&T, 64 lakh shares got traded, only open interest in 4 lakhs. That means whatever buying today has come in the cash segment. We need to see that how much, delivery percentage it has converted. No long positions, that means no trading positions have been created except in Axis Bank. 47 lakhs volume and 12 lakhs increase in the open interest. Even in ICICI Bank, on a volume of 81 lakh shares, only 7 lakh shares got increase in the open interest. So probably this indicates that, suppose if the hot money has bought this delivery, and if that delivery comes for selling again, then that can be seen very negative. Well, let's not forget, I'm just giving a different example. Tata Elxsi has corrected just in 2 days by 100 rupees from 670 to 570. Everyone was gung-ho. So I'm saying that ultimately the profit booking has to come in these stocks. I'm not taking the sector route. I'm not taking a sector call, whether that happens in DLF or ICICI Bank or L&T or Reliance Industries, because ultimately the sector, the shifting has to happen into the tech stocks again. So I'm not seeing them, correcting further or much from here on.
Amisha, how would you play this rally now going forward, or this market rather going forward? What would be your top stock picks?
Sure. I think financials and had a good run, and I would think that after this kind of a run where ICICI Axis would be closer to 1.7, 1.8 time book and sitting on a pretty 25 to 30% kind of a gain, I would go a little easy on them. Though on a medium-term basis, we still continue to like these stocks, including Yes. I would think that if at all the rally has to have little more legs, it should be supported more by auto stocks, which have not yet participated a lot. Once again, a domestic solid story, and the telecom to some extent, which had a good correction. I would also like to say that what we are seeing as one of the high delivery volume day to day is also partially because a lot of domestic funds are also adjusting their portfolios, which were too attuned to export-oriented, defensive sectors, to a slight domestic economy recovery story kind of a scene. And that's how probably we are seeing a two-way action in the market, where both IT, pharma are taking a slight knock, while the readjustment is happening in the leading counters, which can probably reflect construction, infra, which is Larsen, and the banks, slightly better health of the economy. And that's how I think that the two other sectors which probably can participate if the rally has slightly stronger legs than auto and telecom would participate from here on.
All right, I have a short question for both our guests. The retail investor has sat this one out entirely. And typically, this is the time when retail investors start coming in. They look at all-time highs and they say, damn, how do we get, some part of this pie? Mr. Tulsian, is this a good time to enter? This last question is from the retail investor point of view. Is this a good time for them to enter? And if yes, would you recommend a few stocks that might be a little safer to play in this pre-election rally, so to speak?
See, Venkat, two things. If you want to play safe and if you are looking for a return of 15%, go for the quality stocks. Then don't, look
But
to
the 15% is safe, sir.
No, that's 100% safe.
Okay.
What else do we want?
Sorry,
Because
we are fixed deposit
that
people,
is tax-free.
8% is safe.
No, that is tax-free. That's what I say, that your expectations has to get toned down. No, but people here want 15% in a day. So let's if you make a relative expectation.
I was saying the other way around.
No, I understood your question, but that's what I'm saying, that and you add the risk element also. If you are so brave enough to expose your money to the stock market, you need at least double of that. So 15%, then go for the quality stocks, because there are a lot of opportunities still for the stocks to really
name
move on.
a couple.
I'll give you the names. Yeah, I'm coming. Take the situation of the cement stocks. Still you just can't write them off. Like maybe Ambuja Cement, ACC, Ultratech. There are many ideas in the mid-cap cement space. Just to give you an example, Dalmia Bharat, JK Cement, Prism Cement, maybe Heidelberg. They all can give you. I'm just trying to differentiate between two. 15% return from ACC, Ambuja, Ultratech kind of stocks. 30% to 40% from this returns from these JK Cement, Ultratech, Dalmia Bharat kind of stocks. Take the stock specific call, take the sector specific call again. Divide them in two parts. Come on the stocks like maybe Bajaj Auto, Hero Moto can still give you a return of 15% from here on. Because then if you are talking of the overall economy, to really boom and perform well, you just can't say that only construction company will perform well. Even automobiles.
And you're looking at a time period of 6 months?
Of 1 year. Of 1 year. All these I'm giving you within a 1 year. If you get to see the returns much better, much ahead of that, book profits early. Similarly, I'm very bullish on the real estate play, those who have the good land bank. Let's not talk of the execution capability. Now 80-story building in Mumbai the possession can be given in 36 to 48 months, because every day at every 12th day the one slab is getting casted. So what my point is that the technology is changing. If you have the raw material with you, if you have the base with you, then you can see the good kind of returns. Maybe DLF, maybe Prestige Estate, maybe Brigade Enterprise, maybe India Bull Real Estate kind of thing. So I'm going, if you go by each sector, you find the two categories of the stock, look for 15% return, extremely safe. If you are going into the technology, Tech Mahindra, TCS, Wipro can give you 15% return. But if you are looking for the stocks like maybe NIIT Tech, Zensar, or maybe like Polaris, they all can give you 30 to 35% stake. So yes, the situation is really quite good for the investors to come back into the market, but I don't know whether they'll come back now or they will come after seeing the election results.
All right, fair enough. We don't know the answer to that. Amisha, a quick 30-second response. If the retail investor is looking to enter at this point in time, would you advise him to do so? And if yes, what stocks do you think might offer a safer?
So I would say that compared to all other asset class, yes, equity looks very interesting at the moment. And some of our top picks continue to be Hero Motors, Apollo Tyres, some of the names which he mentioned, ACC, NIIT Technology, Wipro. These are some of the names which we think still offer, and many more, frankly, across sectors would continue to look good. But yes, gradually they need to come back to markets very clearly.
All right, Amisha, Mr. Tulsian, thank you very much for joining us on this record-breaking day. Well, today's special because of the market performance that we've seen, but it's also special for one more reason. Another reason that we're going to celebrate on the other side of this quick break. On closing